It is Monday, and what a rough weekend it was for a lot of people. A lot of people I know didn't get any sleep. Hi, Larry girl. Hi, Alice. Hi, Jay. I got your question, Jay. Boy, do we have some things to talk about. And I'm going to apologize. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Phyllis. Alex. Alex, are you new? Welcome. All right, so first I'm going to tell you that we have a cold front coming. So it's just a cool front, whatever. But we've had some beautiful weather today. I was able to get outside, but the clouds are changing, and that is going to change the lighting. I did put some other lights on, though, so I don't get bopped on the head by Kelly. Okay. All right. Oh, okay, Alex, I'm sorry. Well, thank you for always being here. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Cecile, I wear my butterfly shirt when we can expect change. So I either go for my butterfly shirt or my angel shirt. That was a hand-me-down from one of my good friends. This wasn't, but the angel shirt is. So when you see me wearing the butterfly and the angel shirt, that means we got stuff changing. Hi, Greeter TK. Hi, Connie. I don't know, Alex. Maybe I just never saw your whole name there before. You know, it's hard to. But I'm so grateful that you're here. It's hard to keep everything on the rational side where you're doing the right side brain work of the readings. You know. All right. So I did not pull a animal medicine card today because on Mondays I have the privilege of putting in like a little column for Cape Coral Life, which is this city and community that I live in. And we've now been deemed a hotspot in Florida, but pretty much everywhere's hotspot in Florida. Good Lord. Oh, let me answer your questions. The person that was exposed twice, well, there's two people. They have not tested. So we do not have any news. They are not symptomatic, but that doesn't mean that they aren't spreading it. Of course, all of our prayers go up for everyone that's been exposed or had COVID in any way. So Cape Coral Life, I do a card of the week, and every Monday morning, and before 5 o'clock. So we have the Page of Swords. I'm honored. Actually, I'm just truly honored to do that. Page of Swords. So you guys know this is a person who sounds sometimes fake alarms, a person who gossips. Sometimes it's the town crier. But the birds in the air and the fluffy clouds mean I call this the fish tank card, because when the fish in the tank get in a fight, they kick up all the silt, right? They kick it all up, and you can't see which fin was chomped off or which fish got eaten until it all settles. Thank you, Jay. We appreciate that so much. And Jay, Jules, T-Barb, and Larry Girl, you guys are so awesome. And I can never thank you enough for all that you do. So, and anytime any of you want a reading, you know where I am and you know how to get it for me. Nancy, I've read on that before, and it should, but I can, if we have enough time, I can look at that. Retro, what's that? Stimulus package to include retro unemployment. Oh, I haven't asked that one, not retro. Okay, so anyway, Cape Coral Life. We got this person who can, just delights in spreading gossip, twists and turns, and saying negative things. One very good example of this was in the Washington post that dude that I don't even know why they published it. Shame on you. They shouldn't, about Dr. Biden removing the doctor in front of her name because she hadn't delivered a baby. Jeez. I can't even go there. I just can't even go there. Okay, but so it's that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's a taunt. It's also very much like a match of sorts, like a tennis match. Where like the person in your family that most likes to egg you on and test your resolve and your enlightenment skills by throwing a barb over the fence in your side of the court. So we have to, hi Stacy B. So we can't let anyone pull us off our pedestal of peace. Don't believe everything you hear, this week. Just don't believe everything. And don't react. You have to search. We've got to do, we have to be fact finders, right? And that's what we're going to do here today, right? We're going to do it again Wednesday. We're going to do it again Friday. All right. And so for the Way of Positive Change Facebook and Instagram, thanks, J.A. That's very kind of you. We got the Five of Swords. Now, everyone that knows me, just like I posted on the community post page, the Five of Swords is the bully card. It's my least favorite card. It's getting the WWF SmackDown or WWE SmackDown. I know there's no F anymore. So it's just the people who like to zip in, when you've been waiting for that parking place and they know that you've been there waiting and they zip in and take it right in front of you, or they pass 2 inches in front of your front bumper. These are the people who just will do anything to get what they want, and they don't care about your feelings. They don't care if it causes you to be upset or nervous or afraid or sad. They just don't care. They don't care. They'll ghost you on a date. They just don't care. They're only in it to win it for themselves. And so these two combined, we have a lot to look out for. We're going to ask about today. We got lots of great questions. Both Jay and Paul asked some really great questions. And we're going to look at those. Hi, Heaven Bliss. Hi, Miss Charlotte. So we're going to look, but when we start off the week with these swords, we could be headed for some tough, intellectual battles with some brats. So let's just keep that in mind. And we just have to hold the light. In the past couple of readings, we've looked at this day, in the day of the eclipse, total solar eclipse in Sagittarius. It isn't visible to the USA. And so, like it was in 2017. But we're in its effect. And it's the 7-day astrological event before the solstice and the Jupiter. Oh man, I wrote that down. I don't know. The conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter. And we're going to do a whole reading just on that and what it means. It's not the total changing of the age of Aquarius. It's sort of helping us shift into that, but it isn't the total. So I've been watching a lot of astrologers. It isn't the complete total thing yet. So anyway, this is a big red flag. It's several red flags to ignore bullies. But sometimes the bully wins. So we don't need to act too quickly, but we need to fact check. All right. So we're going to put this back in. I did take a walk with my son and my granddaughter, but we were very careful, all outside. I did go on the back porch for just a little bit to give her her bottle, but I changed all my clothes and scrubbed down. But we don't know if they're, it's so nerve-wracking, and it changes everybody's schedule. And it's when people won't get tested or follow the rules or wear their masks, it's so hard. It's hard to remain the light bearer, right? All right, move my mic closer because I got some flack about my voice last video. It's okay. It's hard to remember everything, guys. Hang in there with me. Hi, David Curley. All right, so we're going to give it a good shake, good shuffle. All right. So let's just start with Jay asked, in lieu of, the Five of Swords and the energy that carries in spirit, will there be any faithless electors who cause electoral problems with the voting today? So let's see. All right, so the question is, in the spirit of the Five of Swords, the Bully card, will there be any faithless electors who cause problems in today's electoral college? Will there be any faithless electors today in the voting in the electoral college? All right, let's stop right there. So remember, you guys, people will try to pull your leg, yank your chain, flip your switch, try to set you off. Do not fall off the pedestal. I got an email from a lady this morning, and I just couldn't believe her reaction to something. So you just have to take some very deep breaths and just realize that not everyone will be able to stay on their pedestal. Hopefully you were. She literally fell off. It's okay. Okay, it starts off with the usual steady, how the event usually works, with the rules, inbounds, and it starts off well, okay? But there are some people who will challenge this, indeed. There's some people that are upset about the election, and they are in the place of challenge. So there will be some problems. Six of coins. No, Six of Pentacles. I'm gonna say that there was some type of bribery that tried to happen for entertainment purposes only. YouTube, little bit of bribery. Here they're off to the vote with the Six of. Yeah, so there's some test of wills. There's some drama. I'm not going to say it's trauma because the card below it is a stronger card, the Knight of Pentacles. So that lessens it's more of that causing some competitive remarks or just crap, you guys. Okay, so there are going to be people there to try to place their votes correctly, well, and repeat the procession of the series of events that take place to do it like they've done it in the past, in the spirit of how they've been able to do it in the past. But there's a trickster. Look, Sneaky Pete. There's someone that's going to try to throw a monkey wrench in here. Miss Charlotte, don't watch that lady. I know exactly who you're talking about. Don't just flip that channel right off. Don't worry about it. She's been that way for a long time. Okay, so Sneaky Pete will try to rise up, but there will be certain people there to try to oversee this to make sure that it goes well, okay? They know that there's going to be some issues. I feel like they were prepared for it because the Nine of Pentacles is never not ready to do his job. He's a security officer, you know. He who really does his job. Don't go there. He is the night watchman. Okay, so he's always doing what he needs to do to provide safety for people, and the people who try to cause some ruckus among us, they're foolish. Okay, and of course they're going to try. They wouldn't be them if they didn't try. You don't expect them to just not react. Damn it. Okay, so, all right, so there's problems. So look what card we got. 5 of Swords. Isn't that always the way? And yet, you know, I've been reading since 1990, and when stuff like this comes up, and there's a momentary moment of shock. You know, all right, so but they will fizzle once we find a way to stop feeding them. Yeah, okay, but no, so we have to take a look at the top 3. You know, there's a ruckus among us, some drama, foolish, crazy behavior, where they're still trying to take advantage of other people. They will try to cut these other. So yes, there are going to be some problems. Now let's 2535 Apple. Well, that's good without my glasses. Elector is going to come out with the news that they were bribed at 45. You're probably right, Jay. You're extremely intuitive. So yeah, there's going to be a problem. Now look, the victory card is on the bottom. Now I'm just going to ask just to alleviate any fears if this will be fixed by the end of the day. Right, skeletons. Stephen, I love your words. All right. I love your wordology. You're so articulate. Is that a word? Oh, I got so much going on today. Oh my goodness. And that's good. But man, did I enjoy being outside this morning. You know, when I went out there, I was like, man, this is why my parents moved us here to Florida. This is why. All right. Will the Electoral College be decided by the end of the day, and will it be all right? Okay, so, and will we be okay if it's decided by the end of the day? All right, let's just ask the way Jay said it. Will the Electoral College be decided by the end of the day? I had a card flip around there. Will the Electoral College vote be decided by the end of today? Monday, 12/14. Hi, Keisha. Have a snack for me. All right. Will they decide it today? Electoral vote. I want to really give these a good shuffle. Will vote be decided today? On the day of an eclipse. Of course, there's buffoonery going on. I gotta try to top Stephen. Okay. All right, so this is ultimately we start this off okay. You know, we had the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun card at the base. Now the Sword of Justice is on its side. There's a problem. There's a little bit of a snafu. All right, because someone wants control and they're going to try to cause a problem. This is very much the same bully in the Five of Swords when it's negatively aspected. Now there's the Sword of Justice also on the left side of this reading, which is the past. We've done it, been able to come out of it okay. Yeah, there's, oh man, that's not the card I wanted to see there. There is going to be an issue. I think there could be a little bit of foreign influence. But the Three of Cups is there. All right, so there's going to be some problems. But for the most part, this means that an end phase is there. So there's some very problematic cards leading up to that, something that isn't seen, and we feel, we may have a lack of faith too. It's been so hard for us. So I think that aptly describes us, doesn't it? Five of Pentacles. But, if we go with these two, let's go with there is an ending phase to this. The end of one way and the beginning of a new one. I got some interference cards for this day. The day that I got cards that I didn't particularly care for is January 6th, when Congress votes. And then there could be one senator, one person from the House and one person from the Senate, and then they have to go to their quarters and they have 2 hours to vote on it, and then everything. You throw a couple swords in there. All right, so now we're still see how these cards play into the way I choose the card of the day or the card of the week is I just shuffle until one of them completely pops out of the deck. So there can be no denial. I'm not picking it myself. They just pop out, and that's how we choose them. So that's why they always interact with the reading that's going on. All right, so I think we're okay, but there's an issue. You don't think they were just going to sit there and not do anything, right? Yeah, you're probably right. But the 6th, we didn't have some good cards on the 6th. We'll take as we come more closely to that date, we will take a look at that. Hi, Angela. Oh, Angela and I were texting over the weekend. The energy of this past weekend just sucked. Rotten eggs. It was terrible. It was so awful. Quite a few people I talked to just, I don't know if it was just because of the foreshadow of the energy of the eclipse, which I think it was, but man, it was tough. Lack of sleep. I know Angela's doggy got sick. I mean, it was just tough. All right. Okay, Jay, all right, well, we maybe come back to that. I want to take a look at Jen Lynn. If you watched the trio last night, Jen Lynn brought up a very good question that I think I wanted to explore a bit more. The ES&S, maker of the #1 voting machines, who are made by and funded by McCarthy Group, which is a super PAC for Republicans. Their machines are used in South Carolina, Texas, Florida, and Kentucky. And some Dems have called for an investigation. So I just want to take a look. Thank you, Miss Stacy. I want to take a look and see, are we going to investigate where those voting machines were used? Because we already know. I've been looking at this for quite some time. The name of these, but Texas and Florida. Yeah. Oh, right. Russian conspiracy. Yeah, we're going to ask about that too. All right, let's just take a look. Will there be an investigation into the ES&S voting machines? Hi, Doug in Texas. Somebody help somebody. And believe me, this has been done before. When I was asking those questions about the bushes. They know. They're worried. This is a yes, okay? Because somebody went down because of the deals that somebody made with old buddies from the past. There's no other way to look at this. 6 of Cups crossed by the 10 of Swords. Somebody, these dealings, relationships from the past, buddies from the past, sent these people into a face plant, okay? 10 of Swords. Yeah. Old groups, old families from the past. Now, here is the Judicial card right up at the top. They thought they had this. They thought they had the key in the lock and pop. And they still think they can get out of it. But this is definite. Look, you guys, there is just no doubt in my mind. So, Jen Lynn, if you end up watching this later, or if you're just listening, you're probably sleeping. Or it's early where you are. Oh, no, you'll be up by now. We're getting closer. What's right and what's wrong? Here is it. It's going to be called for. Nothing happens. Oop, and there's an attack. So this is a yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because this is not a card of non-action. This is, I'm taking action and I'm doing it right now. And if you stand in the way, I'm going to take you out. So the answer to that question is yes. And you know, when you've got the Justice card, someone goes down, someone's not telling the truth or hiding something, and an attack, that's a yes. There's just no other way to look at it. Okay, what's on the bottom? Yeah, so this takes a little bit. There's a lot of thought and planning that has to go into it, and then when it happens, it will happen swiftly and suddenly, and we will hear about it, and it will be big news. Okay? Yes, it is an action card. It's big time action. Okay. All right, let's put them back together. Now let's look at if we're being told the truth about Russian hack, or was someone given some passwords or clearance for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, Jay, I have no doubt. When I've done every reading I've done in Florida and Texas and DeSantis and Abbott and DeSatan and Abbott, it's all come up negative. It's all, there's a big problem. And, you know, what they're accusing other people of, just like Jen said last night, Trump is always guilty of what he's pointing the finger, what he's blaming on someone else. He's already done it. He's already done that. There's a word for that, and I can't think about it. I'm sure Stephen Haggerty will inform us. Just kidding. Okay. Or David Purley. Who's also a lingo professor, right? Okay. Yes, that's good, Cameron Anderson. Deflect. Are we being told the truth about the Russian hackers? Projection. That is the other word. Yes. Thank you, Xander. Another wordsmith. Yes, thank you, Rolanda. Please hit the like button, you guys. It helps so much. Listen, you guys can't imagine that your like button would make that big of a difference, but it does. So when someone's struggling to go up with their numbers, you can help them. You can help them by posting a comment. You can help them by just posting a heart, hitting the thumbs up, sharing their videos with other people. It's so helpful. All right. Are we being told the truth about the Russian hack? Now that guy's supposed to be in on it, but you know, someone was holding Ray's hands the other day, standing there like Rod Rosenstein, Steiner. Oh, all right, here we go. Ready? Oh, I think that's the hack. Somebody was given some. This was a gift straight from somebody who had the the end. So come on. Aces are gifts. Pentacles are also words. They're things of the earth. They're things that are written. Like when you get the Page of Pentacles, it's getting text messages, or emails or snail mail. Crossed by the Ace of Cups. So this is very emotional. They're looking at two different angles. There was a meeting that took place because aces are meetings, and we just talked about the Page of Pentacles. All right? Emails, passwords, things that are written. Someone from the good old club. Someone's going to lose their job over this. It's going to be big. It's going to be really big. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Someone's in big trouble, but this isn't overseas. And someone's actually regretting their actions. So that's weird. Another overseas card. This is being looked at with the Justice card. So we have the Six of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Justice, the Sun. No, they're not being told the truth. And they're not going to tell us everything either. And they don't know everything either. Somebody thought that they could do something and get away with it. So, no, we're not being told everything. Now, there aren't awful lies here because we don't have a whole bunch of deception cards. We don't have the moon. So I think that they really don't know all the ins and outs of this yet. It's definitely overseas. But this is a meeting and the decision to work together and get something, quid pro quo, whatever. So, and then the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom means it's going to be a bit yet. And they're not going to tell us. We're not going to know everything. There's no way to know it all. Hi from Cozumel. You know he's going to cause problems before he walks out that door, if he walks out. All right. I'm going to look at Governor Cuomo. He has been accused by Lindsey, S-E-Y, Lindsey Boylan of sexual harassment. I have to tell you something, you guys. I worked in the emergency room for a long time with a lot of ER doctors, like 22 of them rotated, and we were bad, and we caused a lot of trouble. I would still be in jail for all the stuff that we did towards each other and the tricks that we played on each other. From putting KY on the toilet, we did bad things, you guys. Oh, man. I don't believe in sexual harassment, but okay. We were bad, and I'm not exaggerating. All right, so let's see. Lindsey Boylan, is she telling the truth? Is it Boylan or Boylan? Is she telling the truth in her accusations of Governor Cuomo? What is a true moral character? Is she telling the truth? I don't think so, because I don't think he would do that. Whoops. Whoa. Yeah, cups flying all over the place. I mean, cards and cups flying all over the place. Alex, we did bad stuff. Hi, Autumn. Is Lindsey Boylan telling the truth in her allegations against Governor Cuomo? What's her true moral character? Is she telling the truth? Is she telling the truth, y'all, or is she telling a big fatty? Maybe we need to put Kayla on her Twitter. We used to put fake bugs in sandwiches, because we'd have to take a bite of our sandwich and then run off to do something, then we come back and take another bite. Because it was bad, and we did really bad things. Those are some of the things that I talk about. Okay. Hey, look, they were friends. And so they may have bantered back and forth a little bit, like the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, So, all right. So some of the things, that's like when your dog is like, what you talking about? This is on its side. So I'm going to say that something that she's saying doesn't melt, doesn't blend, doesn't make sense. That's not true. And they weren't huge things in the first place. I'm telling you, they got along. I think he's probably going to be astounded at this. But let's see, I'm not to the end of the reading. 9 of Cups. Okay. That could have made a couple of little, flirtations back and forth. This is the safety. No. They were friends. She's bringing it, thinking somebody should look at. Nah, she's confused. No. Okay. She's trying to judge it now and looking at it. And, some of the things, like I said, way back when that we did, we were okay with it. If somebody brought charges, we could have been in a big bunch of trouble, okay? But I think she's clearly confused. I don't think they're going to get anyone else to stand up for this. There may have been a few things that were said around a meeting time. So I think that what she says is twisted. And here's defamation of character. So I'm going to say there's some truth to it, but not to the extent of what she's accusing him of. And so there is a little bit of a problem with this. Okay, so there's a little bit of a problem, but it's not. Oh, God. Let's just see what happens to him. Listen, they're afraid of him and all the people that like him. Prop door open just a bit and put a shoe balanced to fall on one person. Oh, God. That would be good. I don't know if I could do my luck. I would go right in their cornea or something. That's tricky. All right. Will this cause him problems? God, it's 12:12 already. Will this cause? Is Cuomo going to have serious ramifications from this person? Then we're going to ask Paul's question. Will these allegations cause Governor Cuomo problems? I think that he's a Sagittarius. Correct me if I'm wrong. But sometimes Sagittarius, just like Gemini, stuff can fly out of their mouth before they think. Miss Charlotte, it is. It is definitely. Again, same card. They were friends. She gave some things right back there, Yeah, no, it's not going. I don't think it's going to go forward. Two of Wands is on his side. They're going to try to prove something, even possibly in an email. She's trying to get money for Pentacles. There's some. Ooh, he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay, but they're trying to paint him as being deceptive. But he is okay. We're asking if he was going to get in trouble, and this is a no. Okay, so they'll be able to take this down, and he may have to, like Miss Charlotte was saying, perception, interpretation, combo, the tricky thing. He may have to dance around this a bit. So doggone her. I think she's just trying to. I think that she took some cash. That, David, that could very well be, because there's been a lot of women that have come after him. And there could have even been, she may have even asked him out. If we don't even know, and he could have said no. I think he has a girlfriend. I think his last girlfriend died from, his wife or his girlfriend died from it. Kingfisher, you're so right. That's too funny. All right, let's take a look at Paul's question. 106. All right, we asked about this. We asked Jay's question. We looked at the voting machines. That was a definite yes. 106 Republican representatives who signed with the Texas AG lawsuit. Will they be seated in the House of Representatives? Will they be seated? Will they keep their seat, or will they be seated? Or will Section 3 of 14th Amendment, stating anyone who engaged in insurrection or rebellion cannot serve in a federal office, be enacted? And if it is, what will be the repercussions? So we just have to ask, what is the fate of these 106 Republican representatives? Will they be seated? Yes or no, please, guides and angels. Hi, T-Bar. You had a little bit of a rough weekend, too. A lot of people I know had just some rough energy. No sleep, just some tough stuff before this eclipse day. I did well last night, though. The question, Jay is going to post it. It is about the 106 Republican representatives who signed with the Texas AG lawsuit. Will they be seated in the House of Representatives or not? Or if Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, who states anyone who engaged in insurrection or rebellion cannot serve in a federal office. Well, there's 126. What did I say? 106? Republican representatives be seated in the Congress. Okay, thank you very much. What's their fate? 100. Will the Republican representatives, forget the number, that signed the lawsuit with the Texas AG, will they be seated in the House of Representatives? What the heck? Okay. Will they be seated in the House of Representatives? Will they keep their seat? Will they be seated? And we'll go from there. The extra 20, Paul, I knew before I saw your comment, I knew you were going to amend that somehow. They could make them sign a retraction. Man, the Two of Cups coming up. This is all about the steals and deals. They're waiting to see if there's going to be a problem. I mean, they probably won't have to wait too long to find out with that Seven of Pentacles. They thought they were going to have victory and backed up the rethugs. I shouldn't say that. I retract that. How's that? Republicans. They're not all bad. Don't email me. Okay. Lover's card, meals and deals, steals and deals. That, Queen of Pentacles, that could be Miss Pelosi. I know it's not the Queen of Wands card. Someone's going to try to bring it up. And I could say, you know, with this pentacle here, that could be a document. They may have to make amends here. They're going to get offered something. They're going to, they will get their seat. Now, they may have to, I forget who that was, said they have to sign something or make amends somehow. But yes, this isn't a loss. Boy, I'm just going to say this again. When we find out how much of the Pooty oligarch money has flown through this, flowed through this current that's going to just touch on every single one of their heads. You watch and wait and see. And it's those that sign that are in deep trouble of being outed by DJT. They're afraid. They're afraid of what? If they didn't have anything to fear, you know, maybe Kemp didn't even take some of the money and he's got nothing to fear, right? Except losing his seat. There's a big problem. They've made these steals and deals and it will be outed and he will out them. We saw that clearly in the last video. All right. He will tell. He has no control over his mouth. And they know it. They know they're all in trouble. So they have to do what he says. Right? You do that, T-Barb. You kick his butt. All right. So we ask that the reason they did it is because they're in the money chain. Okay, so they right. So I guess we should just ask, like, will any of them get in trouble for it? That's another way of asking. It is. It's the Mr. X thing, and it's the string of money. And it is much bigger than we realize. And it will come out, Diana. I know. It will. It will. It's just going to take a while. The corruption is very widespread, just like T-Barb said. All right. Will any of them get in trouble for it? Will any of them get in trouble? Will any of them be held accountable? Any of the representatives that signed on with the Texas AG, any of them get in trouble? The majority keep their seat, I guess, or be seated. But if that was the Two of Cups again, I was going to just lose it. It's come up as the first card over and over again. It is a whole nother universe of treachery. Yeah. Okay. So they greased each other's. Oh, okay. So there's a problem. There is a problem. And the tower comes down. Even on its side, the tower is the tower. And the tower upside down. Instead of a big takedown, instead of a big WWE takedown, it could be just enlightenment that we're seeking. And that's our challenge as well, right? The world, it spreads so far. It is like a little universe of itself with that world card. Steals. The angels they're on this. They're on. You got the Michael and Gabriel card. They are on. They're trying to shine the light. And then there's the brush card, and then they just push over. They locked themselves in. Each one of them watched what the other was doing and backed themselves into this corner. They did it to themselves. It's going to come out later. It isn't going to be right this minute, but there will be a few, I think, that are going to have some additional things tacked onto them. It's too big of a secret right this second. We'll be happy with the outcome. There will be enlightenment, and secrets will be revealed, for sure. Looks like they're kept under wraps for a while. Maybe that's some of the January activity, after Christmas. So let's just say after Christmas. We've got a 2 here, so 2 weeks after that. '26 is the Tower. All right, so where are we? 12:25. All right, so now, yeah, Paxton's going to be in big trouble. He's already in it. Okay, what else did we want to look at? Oh, I wanted to look at Miss T asked Trump, for entertainment purposes only, Trump threatened Kemp to intervene and join in that lawsuit. Hang on a second, you guys, I gotta plug this in. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Whoa. That would not have been good. Not have been good. All right. Seems like when I'm setting up, I always forget one thing or another. And now I just pulled that. I'm a little bit cockeyed. It's okay. Don't worry about it. All right. Awesome. So Trump threatened Kemp to intervene and join in on that list, to be one of the people on that list, and to overturn the vote, or there would be 2 senators that would have very bad luck, meaning Loeffler and Perdue, right? So will Trump be able to sabotage? I can't see him doing that. Will Trump? Thank you, Miss Laura. Oops. We already know that he's going to make a problem. Queen of Cups fell right out. All right. So how are we going to say this? Trump threatened Kemp. How are you going to say this, Jay? Trump threatened Kemp to intervene and to help him, or 2 senators, it would be bad for them. They would have very bad luck. Will Trump sabotage the Georgia election runoff? Will 45 sabotage Republican senators' Georgia election runoff chances? Oh, gosh. Okay, so there's incoming information about this coming very quickly with the 8 of Wands. Remember, the 8 of Wands is very much like, the crows in Game of Thrones, or owls in Harry Potter, right? Oh. Kemp may cave about something. They're putting so much pressure. He's trying to stand his ground. All right, but we're asking about the election Yeah, he's already, just by the threats and the tweets and everything, he's already caused this fear. Saying he can change it with the Wheel of Fortune and just change the number. Yeah, he's going to cause problems. He is going to cause sabotage. And absolutely, this isn't, oh, happy day. This is tears. It's fear and tears. Yes. It's about to happen. It's going to move forward. Yeah. So the answer is yes. He has his hands in it. Why wouldn't he? Right? I know, Jay, right? That was a mouthful. Quit pro go. Right. That's funny. Okay, yes. So there's energy coming into this. We're going to hear about it. It's going to cause some breaks within the party. There's a lot of energy coming into this very quickly with the Knight of Wands. And he just, he is the petulant child, the spoiled baby who wants his way, and he's not going to do anything unless they help him. And he believes that he's just entitled to this. Entitlement. That is DJT. That's how he operates, right? Okay, so, the answer is yes to that. He's going to cause a problem with it. Now, because this is the eclipse day, and we got so many swords, I wanted to do a special, and then we'll do a special. Let's do a special reading for you and I with the eclipse energies. The next 7 days leading up to the solstice and that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. It starts to bring in a lot of change. But remember, the sun then moves into Capricorn. So even though some of the other big hitting planets are moving out, Saturn is moving out of Capricorn and into Aquarius, the sun is moving into Capricorn. So it's difficult. There's a balance dance there. All right. Yes, please. Thank you. Hit the like button if you can. Thank you. All right. What's the message for you and I? We're in this gateway the next 7 days. This is a big deal. Very big deal. We have to stay on our pedestal. Don't let anybody pull you off. Remember that card that I pulled for Cape Coral Weekly. Cape Coral Life. That was for our week. And for the day, we just got the page. So it must get more intense as the week goes on, because it goes from the page to the 5. What is in store for you and I with the solar eclipse and the solstice energy this week? Thank you, Jay. All right, here we go. This card has come up, the first card, all day long. All right, so just play nice, right? Play nice. Help each other. Give compliments. If you want a hug, give a hug, right? The challenge is to move forward. The challenge is for us to move forward. And to know that some of the people that made some of these deals in the past, they will not be able to move forward. 2 of Cups, 3 of Wands. We will hear about these deals, as some of these deals this week, but they're not able to move forward. Donate to a charity, help out a friend, help whoever you can. This is 2 of Cups is love, and love makes the world go around, and reciprocity and everything else. If you want a hug, give a hug. Changing energy, variable changes in the energies. This could also be storm fronts moving in, right? A lot of weather energy. Thank you, Mr. Wall. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. You made my day. All right, so Ace of Wands. You guys, they're not going to just throw down they're not ready to throw it down yet. Okay, they're trying to word over, talk over. Remember, this is the card we get when Pence would overtalk Kamala. You know, where they just whoever's interviewing them, they just go right over their head. So that's going to continue. But aces are also a beginning and a gift of energy. Okay, so this is very important. Change of perception is needed. So, and what is needed for the hangman? He has to surrender his current perception in order to achieve enlightenment with this halo around his head. So, our angels and guides are telling us, hey, look, let's keep going for enlightenment. Let's surrender what isn't serving us. Listen, we've been getting this forever, right? Surrender what isn't serving you. Take the high road, do some spiritual work. As soon as you help another person or you do a gratitude list, your energy, your vibration goes up, right? Highest form of prayer. So help someone, because there's always somebody that's having a more difficult time than you. Change your perception and be willing to give up something. So maybe give up even a half an hour of TV or something to take more walks or do some spirituality. Anything of spiritual enrichment. Yes, to your local food bank. Yes, yes. Hi, Danielle. Thank you for subscribing and welcome here. Hi, Mari. Isn't the weather wonderful, Mari? Oh my gosh, I've been enjoying it so much. All right, now here we go with the swords. All right, so just understand that some little verbal onslaughts, someone trying to take your parking space, or someone yelling something at you, or someone hanging up on you, or someone just who has a short fuse, just you may have to surrender to their energy. Like when that lady sent me that email this morning, I had to take 3 deep breaths. I had to take 3 deep breaths because she was just going to be her way or the highway and not negotiate, or even it was like she hung up in the email. So you have to take deep breaths. You have to understand that maybe their energy is off. So surrender your viewpoint, take the high road, and don't respond, because what they're doing isn't really important. So we just have to get past it. We have to be the sword bearers of the truth, light bearers of the truth. Okay, and remember, cleanse your crystals, sage your house. We're having an eclipse. We're in eclipse energy. It's the best time to cleanse your crystals, clear, charge, program, sweep, sage. Best time ever, right? Because it's a new moon. So, and there we are. So just go into your deeply spiritual traditions. Happy Hanukkah. Decorate. Let's cling to our spirituality and spend time outside and just turn off the noise for a little bit. Okay? We're going to hear these swords are all around us here. We're going to hear some little snafus, but they're little. These aren't huge. We can get through it. So just focus on your changing your perception, and don't step in your own you-know-what when someone throws this barb. Okay? Someone wants your parking spot, let them have it. Someone might back into them, and thank God you didn't get it. You're just going to have to flip that perception. Instead of looking at what they're doing is wrong, maybe you weren't supposed to have that parking place, that they'll get sideswiped or something. We don't wish anyone harm for entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying. There's let the people who want to be pushy and throw barbs, just don't react. Don't give them the time of day. Don't give them the satisfaction. Okay? All right. Because if you do, you could step in you didn't use your enlightenment phase in this eclipse time. All right. This is also a very good time to, so deeply spiritual work, start something new. Okay, my niece, I know, is sending me a really hard peacock puzzle. So I'm very excited. I hope to get it sometime soon. So start something, start a new spiritual project, or just a nice project that keeps you busy, that you enjoy. Okay? All right, you guys. Much love to you. Hi, Alice. Oh yeah, that person is definitely, someone has dragged them off their pedestal. Someone, so I know, Mari, it was so cold. All right, you guys, it was so great. Hi, Prairie. We had a good video, lots of questions. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Larry Girl. Thank you, T-Bar. Thanks, Paul. Stephen, Katsy. All right, you guys, Lori Kettle, take care and don't react. Take some deep breaths and look the other way. There's a reason, just look the other way. Okay, much love to you. I'll see you Wednesday.